Hey, it's Colton Armstrong, and welcome back to Wealth Without Banks Creative Real Estate. In this chapter, we're going to dive into the novation agreement, a creative strategy that's particularly useful for distressed properties that need extensive rehab. Imagine finding a property that's perfect for a fix and flip or a BRR deal, but it requires significant repairs. Rather than paying the seller up front to purchase the property and then spending additional cash for the rehab, you can use a novation agreement to shift your financial focus. With this approach, instead of using your cash to buy the property, you use it to fund the rehab. You only complete the purchase once certain conditions are met. Like after construction is finished, the property is rented, you're able to sell the home, or you've secured a refinance. This is a game changer when it comes to rehabs, as it allows you to get into the deal with much less cash up front. Essentially, you're creating a win-win for both you and the seller. The seller doesn't have to wait for a cash buyer, which can take months or even years on a distressed property. And you as the buyer don't have to front all the cash immediately. This approach ensures that your resources are focused on adding value to the property through the rehab, rather than tying up your cash in the initial purchase. In a novation agreement, the seller stays involved in the deal until the predetermined conditions are met. During this time, you're improving the property, creating value, and putting yourself in a position to profit when those conditions are satisfied. This method is especially useful for properties that won't qualify for traditional financing because of their condition. A cash buyer would normally be required, but with a novation, you're able to step in, rehab the property, and make the deal work without needing all that upfront capital. This is also a great tool for navigating complex rehab projects. If the property needs extensive work, a novation allows you to take control of the rehab while deferring the actual purchase until the project is complete or the property is market ready. Once construction is done, or you've secured a buyer, tenant, or refinance, the final transaction is completed. The beauty of the novation agreement is that it provides you with flexibility and control over how you allocate your cash, which is crucial when dealing with major rehabs. By using this strategy, you minimize your upfront financial risk, letting you focus on making the property profitable without being bogged down by heavy cash outlays in the beginning. To sum up, the novation agreement is a powerful tool to get into distressed rehabs with less cash up front. You're not paying for the property until you've added value and met certain conditions like selling, completing construction, or refinancing. It's a smart, creative way to maximize your investment by focusing on the rehab first and the purchase later. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the seller finance bridge loan, another creative financing strategy where the seller acts as the lender while you work on acquiring the property. I'll see you in Chapter 11.